What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Beyond the Backboard Podcast, episode 58. My name is Omar. Below me is Max. Next to me is Earl. And today we are going to be overreacting to preseason and just predicting some season awards that are going to be put out at the end of the season. So, starting off with overreacting to the preseason, I've been seeing this freaking tiny sensation, Yuki, what's his name?
Friendly Fire is crazy.
What? Huh?
Is he
he's taller than me. He's taller than me.
Okay.
You throw around the word tiny. That's crazy.
His name is Yuki something, right? It's Yuki Nakamura. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. He's playing for Memphis.
He's your prediction. I know who you're talking about.
I don't think
he's your prediction. He's not.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's gonna be like on the Memphis roster this year. But he showed some like incredible passing ability. I was just like really impressed. That was that.
Like, just
the way that he was like
to another.
Yes, the way that he was able to facilitate the ball at his size and have the vision that he does at his size to be able to look over defenders like that and to be able to see like who's cutting behind and around. It's incredible. It is. And man, that's gonna be I gotta say, it's gonna be like I would love to see him and Zach Edey play together a little more. That shit would be funny. It's like that 5'8" dude, and then 6'7" Zach Edey. Bro's throwing a lob.
Like that picture of Muggsy Bogues with Manute Bol.
Yeah, didn't they recreate that or some shit?
They should, if they haven't already.
I think they do. I think they did. I'm gonna.
What is it with Omar and just finding these like borderline roster guys on Memphis? First it was Kenny Lofton. Now it's
Kenny Lofton was a dude that I knew about since the draft, to be completely honest with you. And I don't know why.
I believe you.
I don't know why I don't know if he's on a team right now.
Yeah.
Is he on a team right now? I'm not sure.
I don't even know, but I thought he was going to be like a good
I really did too, player. Bro. He was pretty good.
You told me he'd be a rotation player in like 2 or 3 years. He's going to be destroying the league. What happened?
He said D League, not this league.
The Turkish League.
Turkish League.
What happened to Kenny? That was Omar's last preseason overreaction. I mean, we can see where that went.
I will say though, yeah, he looked.
Kalamora. Sorry,
cool. I've seen a couple of his highlights. I mean, it's always cool to see preseason because some guys who probably won't get a whole lot of time in the regular season get their moment to shine a little bit, and it's just sometimes you get to look at names that you probably wouldn't be looking at. So shout out to him making the best of his opportunity. And I think that this team it looks like they're having a lot of fun over there too. So cool to see.
Sorry, I found the picture. 1 second, I want to show the audience. So this is it. Yeah, hold on. Sorry, I got a weird.
Yo, that's kind of fire. That's kind of fire.
So this kid is 5'8", Yuki Kamamura, and they compared him to Muggsy Bogues and Manute Bol, and they did the three basketballs between them.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
And yeah, like this kid's passing ability was like insane last night. If I'm able to show some highlights, go to all and then try to.
At a crispy like 3 FPS.
Yeah, I know. This is not great. This is Zach
Edey highlights.
Okay, wait. Oh yeah, see, like there. Is it here? Okay, here. Yeah.
When in doubt, go to NBA Reddit.
Yeah, for real.
The most unlogical place on the planet Earth.
High key, it's 95% illogical, but once in a while you get a fire take in NBA Reddit. Like just once in a great while.
Yeah, so just to look at that one more time. Look pass. He caught the defense lacking with that look. Bro, this guy looked back and then missed Edey right there.
Omar, we can't see that. It's literally one frame a second.
It's
man, I'm sorry.
all good. We understand. It was
You know what? I got the point across. I don't care.
Describe it to us with your elegant vocabulary.
You know what? We're just gonna continue on with this. We're gonna just continue on with the podcast.
I like that.
No. So he, I don't know who that third guy in the play was. He passed it out to Yuki. Yuki drove, and then he turned his body the other way, looking at the opposite direction at the other option in the corner, and then at the same time passed the ball the other direction. So then he caught the defender looking and started moving towards the corner and then missed Edie on the side. So then when Edie got the ball, easy dunk, easy lay.
basically no look pass down the lane.
No look pass. Yes, no look pass.
Yeah.
I just wanted to describe it a little bit.
What's your overreaction then? What are you overreacting to? Are you overreacting that you think he'll make the roster? That's your overreaction?
I don't think he'll get any playing time, but my overreaction is that he will make the roster. I think he'll be like another good playmaker for them.
Like on a two-way or something.
I mean, didn't they lose Tyus Jones? If I'm not, they lost him a little while ago, but. But they didn't really get that playmaker back. I feel like that's why.
They don't have Derrick Rose anymore.
They don't have Derrick Rose anymore. They have Marcus Smart, but is he really that much?
I would not call Marcus Smart a playmaker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't even think I would label him as a playmaker.
He can playmaker. He's not a playmaker.
The only real playmaker out there is like Ja.
And even Ja's not that great of a passer.
Yeah,
he's solid enough.
It's better than like Desmond Bane or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's the best playmaker they have, and that's probably not a great thing.
Desmond Bane is a poor man's Shane Battier.
Bro, that's so disrespectful. Desmond Bane is he's closer to Dwayne Wade than he is Shane Battier.
I would.
Desmond Bane.
All right. Okay, all right.
Shane Battier is a catch-and-shoot corner three-point shooter who can play some defense. Desmond Bane legit puts up 20 a game. And without Ja, he was putting up like 25 a game. He was carrying that team to the only wins they got. And then he got hurt and they didn't win any more games.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's also why they do need another playmaker.
I agree. They do. They need
because their bench, like they could produce a lot if they had a playmaker. But even if you had that playmaker in any type of position, it's possible. But I mean,
yeah, they have guys who can make, but they're not playmakers. So
yeah.
All right.
But
my overreaction, my preseason overreaction, and I'll show a little bit of Knicks bias here, but not a lot. I don't even know if it's Knicks bias, but it's a Knicks-centric take, a nice little Knicks-centric take here. I think that the two Knicks versus Timberwolves games this year in the regular season will be must-watch TV. There's going to be a lot. Clearly, there is beef there. Clearly, there is Dante DiVincenzo beef and probably Julius Randle beef, if I had to imagine. I think those two games, they're going to be two of the best teams in the league. I think they're both going to finish. Both teams are going to finish top 3 in their conference. And so both of those games, one in MSG and one in Minnesota, are going to be super close, down to the wire games. Probably some tensions, maybe a little scuffling, probably a buzzer beater in there. Like they're going to be must-see TV games. It's going to be two of those games. As NBA Twitter likes to say, those two games will have aura. The aura of Knicks Timberwolves will be unmatched, as NBA Twitter likes to say. That's my overreaction to one.
Imagine both teams make the finals. I would love it if both teams made the finals.
I'll go ahead and say as long as Julius Randle's on the Timberwolves, they won't make the finals. They're not making the finals with Randle. But we had that discussion last episode.
What I have to say to that is that
I said they'll be top 3 in their conference.
100%, no doubt in my mind. I think they both have the best defenses in their conference, respectively.
I can see that happening. I can see that.
I can now see
Celtics
the Knicks taking over.
Celtics defense is tough.
That's true. I agree with that. But I also think that the Knicks took a big piece of that best defense of the league last year and is adding it to their roster for not highly anticipated defensive players. Like, yeah, you got Dante in there. That's the best defender in the deal. Julius is not that much of a defender.
He's no defender.
So
I still think that Timberwolves is good enough to be top 3 defense. I think.
Oh, 100%. No doubt about it. If you have, if you have Rudy Gobert,
you're top 5 instantly with Rudy Gobert in the regular season. If you're not top 5 with Gobert regular season defense, you really have.
And there's a lot of comparable players on there that can play really, really good defense. Jaden McDaniels is another player.
Yeah, Jaden McDaniels. Justin Alexander Walker, underrated defender on there.
Oh yeah, he's great. I got so pissed at him when he stole the ball once. I was like, damn, how'd you get that?
What do you think about that, Earl? Do you have any reaction to our overreactions, or reacting to your own overreaction, or reaction of our overreacting to your overreaction?
Mm-hmm. I think definitely was something going on between like the Knicks organization and Dante and certain guys on that team, or I should say certain guys on the coaching staff, I will say, on that team. And it definitely are going to be a lot of competitive games going. I definitely agree with that. That take for sure. I think mine would probably be slight overreaction. I think that Zach LaVine looked kind of good in the games he played. I know he hasn't played basketball in quite a minute, so thinking about they're healthy, he looked pretty good. I think first game you can kind of tell he was really, really rusty. Shot wasn't really falling. Second game, he went 6 for 6 from 3, so we kind of need a third game to see what his. All this is in like 22 minutes. So he looked pretty good. I will say the Bulls. I think, by overreaction, I think the Bulls will be maybe a fun team to watch, because I was talking to Bismarck. Shout out to Biz. He's a big Bulls fan, and he did bring
a fun team.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that.
What is fun about that team other than maybe
Montas Buzelis?
Other than Buzelis, fine. He's one player though.
And like that Bulls team, they don't really have a lot of expectations. They have a really young roster.
True.
What I would say is, you got LaMelo.
Oh, do they?
I mean,
yes, they do.
I mean, they're still trying out LaVine and Vucevic.
I think they're trying to just raise their value so they can trade them later on.
I agree.
Because you have to think, like, they gave up so much to get both of them, and they're going to want something at least comparable back. So I feel like the trades that they're getting now for both of those players is not comparable enough to be like, hey, let's go in and grab these players for Zach LaVine. It probably just doesn't work for them.
What I'm trying to say is this. I think that Bulls team, they're a little bit more exciting. Like Kobe White, he had kind of a breakout season last year. You got Lonzo Ball coming back. I always felt like that team was.
Oh, I saw him play really well.
Okay. They were one player maker away from making everything fit right. I think Kobe White kind of goes back to that natural, like, 2 spot. You can put Zach LaVine at 3, whatever y'all want to do with that situation. You still have your young rookie, and how do you pronounce his name? I'm sorry.
Montas Buzelis.
Montas Buzelis, yeah.
Really athletic. Like, it's just like a fun team to watch with no expectations. Like, I don't expect them to be in the playoffs. I don't expect them to be a great team. Turn on the game and watch them play basketball. Fast breaks with Lonzo, Zach LaVine, Kobe White. Like, it just a little fun team. So that's kind of my overreaction. It looked a little bit just chill, like a chill team, like no expectations. I think it'll be just a little bit of fun basketball to watch.
I guess.
Yeah, I agree. Dude, I gotta say, I mean, there was not a lot of him last night when I was watching the game, but THT did really good off the bench for Chicago as well.
He's on that team?
Yes, he's on the bench, and I know what you're gonna say, Earl, but I'm gonna go back and look at the numbers for you.
Everyone but THT. Sorry.
Taylor, Horton, Tucker.
Also, Omar, did you say you saw Lonzo play the other day?
Yeah, he played the other day.
Wednesday for the first time. You looked at old highlights, my brother.
Yeah. Oh, I did?
Yeah, he hasn't played.
Yeah. He hasn't played yet. Like, what?
My fault.
Casual alert.
I could swear I saw something saying Lonzo Ball is back.
Oh. Yeah, he's back on Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
I swear, Omar, you gotta get off NBA Twitter sometime.
I seen him. He threw a lob to Zach LaVine. It was so beautiful. He was playing defense, out of bounds, save, aggressive play.
On the back pass,
I give up. I give up. I give up.
Where is he?
Hey, it's over.
I swear, I could like post on Twitter like
We have
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar coming out of retirement to play for the Lakers, and Omar would be like, "Oh my gosh, guys, look at this!"
All right. It seemed like a vetted source. I probably misread an account name or something and didn't realize it was a parody.
like a while ago.
It was definitely a little while ago.
The Derrick Rose has retired. He's like, dang, that's crazy. Derrick Rose retired.
Oh, I remember that.
And then I remember what Derrick Rose actually retired. From.
No, we're talking about the fake retirement.
Oh yeah.
Now don't get called out by KD. KD's been active on Twitter. He even talked about
True.
Some of y'all are really
he's the NBA Twitter GOAT. He is the objective GOAT.
He's my number one top 10 Twitter users. He is number one. He literally added Centel, gave him a shout out and said, most of y'all are casuals following NBA Centel news or something crazy like that. It was funny. And he goes on and replies back, you just got Centel. Like, bro, he doesn't care. And someone said, how'd you find this? It has 2 light. AD.
Who do you think spends more time on NBA Twitter, Durant or Omar?
Oh, Durant by far. I'm barely on Twitter as itself is.
Okay.
And on the other
social media, including TikTok and Twitter and like Reddit.
Okay, then maybe me because I'm on everything. So
that's like those screen times going head to head are like Wilt and Russell going head to head.
Damn. Wow.
8 hours screen time for 7.5 hours.
I think he has more Twitter. I think he has more Twitter stuff than anything else.
This summer.
True.
I'm just not on X or Twitter anymore like that. I mean, I try not to be. It's not a great website to be on.
So much Twitter stuff.
I send you Twitter stuff when it's news. I send you Twitter stuff when it's like breaking news.
Omar, I'm never on Twitter. Also, Omar, sends tweet this morning.
What did I send this morning? That was a tweet. What did I send this morning? I'll go back. Or
it'll be some Instagram thing. It's a tweet or it's an Instagram. That's my preseason overreaction. Forget the Knicks Timberwolves thing. My preseason overreaction is Omar will average over 1 social media post sent per day. Actually, I might go over. I might take the over 1.5. I'll take 2 or more a day.
All right. What are some other overreactions from the preseason so far? I honestly, you know what?
Switch it up. I don't even want to. I'll say like underappreciated players. Let's.
Okay. A little bit. I'll honestly go first with that one too. I honestly think like an underappreciated player this season is gonna be, and yes, my Knicks bias is gonna show here. It's gonna be Precious. It's gonna be Precious Achiuwa. It's gonna be Precious Achiuwa. I think a lot of people underrate his defense, and I think he wants to be here. It's like. I don't know. What's up?
He is getting paid to be there.
No, I mean,
like,
he had deals on the table for earlier. Like he could have signed, but he waited for us to offer him a deal.
James Harden got paid to be there. We know how that worked out.
That's very true. But the one thing about Precious Achiuwa is at least he'll play defense.
We forgot. We're not going to talk about Clay. Overreaction Clay.
Oh, yeah. Overreaction to Clay. Bro, get him off the roster.
I think last night he went 0 for 7 or 0 for 8. That's a good overreaction that we kind of skipped over.
Remember when I said that Quentin Grimes would be more impactful than Klay Thompson by the end of the year?
I'm going to fall off my chair if you say that again.
I'm just happy.
I'm just saying it looks real good right now. If we're going to overreact to the
preseason.
Real good right now.
He wanted that money from us. I'm honestly glad it fell through. Even if he plays his best, we talked about this. The floor is just bad. Like
too low. Yeah, too low for y'all.
It's overreaction. That's the point of the segment, obviously. But when you're getting open opportunities in a game with Luka and Kyrie Irving on the team, like our biggest problem we talked about a lot during that NBA Finals was the role players not hitting open shots. Like you brought in Klay Thompson to hit open shots, open opportunities. And if he's not able to do that, obviously it's very, very early on, then his value on this team is going to be trending towards the overpaid.
What they pay him again? I forget.
I don't think they paid him that much.
No, they paid him like a little amount, not like a crazy amount, but they had to get off of whose contract? Who was it? Wasn't it Green's contract or something like that? They had to trade him away too.
Josh Green. Yeah. Well, I know they traded.
Yeah,
Josh Green.
They kind of had to dump Josh Green and give him to the Hornets.
I just threw it in there.
Yeah, no, I just think like
I opened up Twitter and I seen a picture of half of Tim Hardaway Jr. and half of Klay Thompson, like half of their faces put next to each other. It's crazy.
damn, that's crazy. That's insane.
Bro, I saw apparently some anonymous NBA reporter, or sorry, NBA GM the other day was like, the Nuggets are stuck with their core. And he was like, Michael Porter Jr. is overrated. Jamal Murray is constantly injured.
Yep.
I thought that was such an L take because it's like, yeah, they're stuck with their core. And like, I've been the one on the show saying that like the Denver Nuggets.
You know what? You know what? I don't agree with that.
Nuggets kind of.
They're stuck with their core, but their core is really good. So I don't think it's like a terrible thing.
I just think this is the thing. Obviously, like we said, overreaction segment. It's preseason. But what I watched the Nuggets get beat. What team did they play the other night? By a team who didn't play any of their starters or something like that. And just watching the flow of the game, I think this season all depends on Jamal Murray. Like, he has to be. Like, it can't be like an off kind of night for Jamal Murray. Like, sometimes, not saying he was able to do, but he has to be locked in pretty much every game he plays this year, which Jokic has at the number one option, I say. And Russell Westbrook, I seen the clips like, oh, Jokic connects with Russ on a lob. But if you watch the whole game, 90% of the possessions do not look like that. It's still the same Russ missing open layup opportunities. Yes, he's hitting some threes. We see that from pretty much every team that he's been on. But I just think losing KCP is going to hurt a lot more than what people realize. I still do believe. I agree with you, Max. They do have a really great core, but other guys just kind of step up. I think Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr. They just have to have a really, really great year. Same with Aaron.
Yeah, Christian Brown needs to step up. He needs.
Yeah.
But like their bench though, because like Christian Brown is no longer on their bench. He has to start.
He started.
Who like their bench is literally. They have no bench. It's Westbrook, Peyton Watson, Julian Strother, Dario Saric, and DeAndre Jordan. Like DeAndre Jordan is a huge drop off.
It's
like
it's looking really bad, and I gotta say,
DeAndre Jordan is your backup.
Crazy.
I gotta say the Nuggets made a really bad move here, and it was paying Michael Porter Jr. too much. I'm not saying you don't bring Michael Porter Jr. back. I'm saying, I'm sorry.
But the thing about situations like that, like it's like they almost perform well enough where you have to pay these guys. Or you know what happens? They're on somebody else's championship.
Yeah, but like you also have to think about who else you can fit in that roster. You can't.
There's not many guys who shoot better than MPJ.
And I'm not gonna lie, I don't think Michael Porter Jr. is
one reason. He's pretty much the sole reason we got eliminated. Michael Porter Jr., when he is hot, he is up there. Okay,
He's a top 5 shooter.
He's up there.
Let me just say this though:
non-guardable guys when they're hot. I have Kevin Durant right now in the league. Michael Porter Jr. probably a little bit after that.
Okay, that's a little bit of an over-exaggeration, but I get what you're saying.
Talking about like if they're hot, like Michael Porter Jr. is a guy. He's only going to miss if he mistimes his shot. You're not really contesting him.
True, but he also can't get his own shot like other guys.
True.
Like if Kyrie is hot, it doesn't matter how tall he is. He's getting his shot and he's making it.
Oh, true. That's why I'll have Kyrie second on that list. It's just I'm just talking about. Well, I should reform what I was trying to say. Guys with height who I'll say guys with height.
Yeah, he's top. He's like top 5 uncontestable shot.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
yeah.
Here's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that their core that they have right now is the incomplete core of what they started with. Their core, whether they like it or not, their core included Contavious Caldwell-Pope.
Right.
I agree with that.
I feel like they didn't have to win the championship, but before that, their core was always Jamal Murray, Jokic, and Michael Porter Jr. I think
I get it, but
it's not.
Then they added Aaron Gordon onto that.
What I'm saying, yeah, I'll add Aaron Gordon to that too. But I'm saying they're not missing a core piece; they're missing another rotation. Their core is there. Their core is Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray, and Jokic because that's what it's always been.
I guess, yeah, but whether he's core or not, I feel like maybe by himself it's not much, but like they also lost Bruce Brown. They've also lost Jeff Green. They replaced it with Westbrook and Peyton Watson. It's like now they have Sar. It's like this team is objectively worse. They've lost talent without replacing it, really.
That's exactly what I mean. Like every good team, you have your top 2-3 guys, and you have to have guys around them that you fit perfect.
Like, Earl, would you say the Lakers lost their core after the 2020 championship?
I feel like
because their core is AD and LeBron. But you see what happened with that?
No, I agree with you. I'm saying like
saying
the same thing. I'm just saying like as far as their core, they have their core. They're just missing the role players that match it. And I think that's harder to find than what people realize. Like KCP fit perfectly. KCP fit perfectly with us too. Like he's a guy who's a catch and shoot 3-and-D guy, and he's gonna lock in every single night. That's what you know. They don't have that. They don't have anybody on that team that can be like, okay, I'm a catch and shoot and just play straight up defense. They don't have that. Like you said, Bruce.
Unless Julian Strother just takes a massive step this year, but I doubt it.
Like, and if anybody doesn't understand why, go for it. Sorry.
No, I was just saying like I said, Bruce Brown, KCP, those were your guys who kind of got it down. The dudes who were doing the dirty work. Bruce Brown was switch on to anybody, irritate them, play defense, and occasionally hit a three. KCP guard your guard on the opposing teams, and he'll hit three. They don't have that. You replace that with Russell Westbrook, who is not an efficient three-point shooter. He kind of wants the ball in his hand. He kind of gets a lot of turnovers in the clutch. I'm trying to be nice.
I mean, yeah, no, you're 100% right. My bad. I keep accidentally cutting you off. It's the mic because like it's like I don't know what it is, but man, it's really hard because to explain this to somebody who's not really familiar with KCP's game, it's all about the defense. It's all about being the supplemental, the complementary player to be that person. You look at I was saying to myself earlier, people value KCP so high, but yet his 2K rating is so low. Like,
he's one of those guys that like in real life he's way better than his 2K rating wasn't
100%. Because it's like people teams are paying him to play his role, and he fits everywhere. He is a plug and play guy. So if you put him even on the Knicks, he's going to fit there real well. Like he's one of those people that is a chameleon. He's going to adapt everywhere he goes. So that's why these types of players get bigger contracts.
Yeah. And I don't even think he's that. Okay, this is going to sound like a hater. Like he's not incredible. Like he's not that good of a player. Like he knows what to do, and he's very reliable. He's very dependable. He doesn't have insane skills. He can't go create his own shot. He can't go play make. He's not a lockdown defender, but he's a very smart defender. He's not going to get beat consistently every night. He's a great 3-point shooter. He knows how to space. He knows how to cut. He's one of those guys where it's like it's less about like the body and the physical skills. It's more about like the mental ability to not only know your role but accept it and play it well. And those are the guys who win a championship with, like 100%. It's like there's a lot of guys who are maybe more talented than Pope, but I wouldn't. If I'm building a championship team, I wouldn't take them over Pope, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. Like think about like I'll throw a name out there that people forget because he kind of now fell off, but after his first like I'll give 2 examples like. Norris Cole and Mario Chalmers, were they the best players in the world? No, but they fit that system well as role players.
Yeah, well,
depends
on
that
system well.
No, that's what
I think what makes Pope different is he can fit every system, like Omar said.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. Like I think maybe Chalmers
talking about like buying into your role type of thing.
Yeah,
but you don't have to be the best player in the world, but you can be the best player in your role, like to win the championship. That's what it takes. I
mean, it's the reason why he was on that Lakers championship team.
True.
Yeah.
So I want to overreact to one more thing before we move on. Obviously, I'm watching almost every Knicks preseason game. And the thing that is worrying me the absolute most is this backup center position. It's really concerning me.
I thought you just said Francis Achua was underrated.
He is, and he's a good backup.
He's the backup center.
Center then.
No, he's not.
If not him, then who? They're not going to
play else in the room with us, Omar?
I mean, what? Yeah, meet this guy. He comes up.
Omar the backup center?
No. No.
Let's see where this train ride stops off at.
No, this is what I'm trying to say. I think he's a good backup center. I wouldn't start him right now, and I don't think
Carl will be starting, right?
Yeah, Carl's starting right now, but when Mitchell Robinson comes back, he's gonna like.
Then you have a good backup, bro. What?
It's weird. It's really weird, but it's not. He's not gonna be the backup center. Karl Anthony Towns is gonna move to power forward. They're gonna move him back. It's weird.
I actually do somewhat agree with that, but then you still have Precious Achiuwa as backup center, who you just said is underrated.
Yeah, but he's only on a 1-year deal. Who knows? Maybe we trade him to go get somebody else.
This year, right now, we're not talking
about next year. This is the backup center right now.
Well, there's a reason why they only signed him to a 1-year deal.
Omar, you don't realize after the year's over, you know what happens?
He's underrated, so I don't get how 2 and 2.
You know what happens, Omar, when the year's over? Magically, other contracts in the NBA expire, and other centers become available for money purchases to be able to sign for multi-year contracts.
Okay. All right, thank you. Thanks for the breakdown.
No problem. But we're focused on the season that hasn't even started yet, and on this year of contracts that is
okay.
Start next week.
Regardless of that, I do think Precious is underrated. It's not. I feel like it's not the amount to which it'll make like a deep effect, but it's the amount where people still sleep on him. They don't think he's a comparable defender.
Okay, so there you go.
Fit in a Tibbs system.
I don't know comparable to who, but we have a comparable defender on our bench.
Mitchell Robinson is a good Mitchell Robinson is a good.
Think about NBA team, bro. The whole point of having a team like your starting center is not going to be as good as your backup center. That's just life. If that was the case, that dude would be getting paid the same amount as
shit. Center. We saw that last year with Isaiah Hartenstein, Mitchell Robinson.
Like, what happened? He got paid and he left.
I mean, he got paid. Yeah. I mean,
that's what I mean.
We literally could not offer him any more money.
Exactly.
I guarantee you.
That's the point I'm making. Like, it's hard to keep two really great players at the same position who know their value, stay and take less money. Like that.
It was a contract limit, though. It wasn't like a money thing. We definitely could have gone into the second apron and just like said, fuck it. But it was a contract thing. I think genuinely, like, we physically weren't allowed to go over that $72 million.
Yeah, you guys couldn't pay him.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I'm glad for him. You know why? He's on a better team, he's in a better system, and like, dude, I can't hate on him. Like, he left for a better team for more money. Like,
I will never count out players for going and getting a bag, bro. Yeah. If you outplayed your contract where you played, shout out to Malik Monk. He deserved the contract he got. We could not pay him. He left. He played another year for the Kings. He got a super bag. If you can go showcase your talent and somebody else across the league wants to pay for you, and you're not like I don't want to use.
You haven't already made a bag in your career.
That's the way to put it. Yeah. Then you have to take it. Like, there's no reason you don't take it. Like, respectfully enough. Great team. Knicks, great team. They just have more money.
Speaking of a guy who's made a bag in his career, this is not really an overreaction, but this is just something I wanted to talk about. What are y'all's expectations for James Harden this year? Because I was talking to someone in a fantasy chat, and they were like, James Harden is going to be a top-tier player this year. And I was like, I don't disagree with that, but I don't agree with it. Like, I'm interested to hear what are our expectations for Harden? He's 34, 35. I think he's 35. On a Clippers team where it's kind of just him and Kawhi now. There's no PG, no Westbrook. Is he going to put up big numbers? I'm not even saying like how good are the Clippers going to be. I'm talking about just Harden. Can he have like kind of a vintage Harden year with this team around him?
History is on his side, man. Like, James, who might have doubt the power of James Harden on a team where he's pretty much the primary type ball handler? You take away Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, you know how he is. He's kind of like more of an off-ball type player, I would say, for the most part. Yeah, he does take his mid-range, stuff like that, but James Harden is going to be controlling the majority of those possessions. So,
Did you not just watch the previous year with the 76ers?
Huh?
I mean, did you not just see the previous year with the 76ers? He was the primary ball handler.
76er?
Yeah.
You talking about James Harden?
Yeah, he was the primary ball handler on the 76ers.
No, okay, but what I'm saying is this team, I feel like for the most part, I don't know. I just think that.
Don't get me wrong. I think he has a better opportunity here. I think Derek Jones is going to prove himself a lot.
But I'm saying
I'm excited.
There's no like Joel Embiid you have over there. I feel like Tyrese Maxey was kind of breaking out a little bit at that time as well. Both those guys kind of need the ball in the hand a lot when they're on the court. Yeah. I feel like Kawhi Leonard, he's more of a flexible player. I feel like compared to those guys, not as.
But also having those guys as weapons helps Harden's game. A lot of Harden's game was passing to those guys. And
that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Oh, but I thought you were talking about from an offensive standpoint.
We're talking from kind of like what are his numbers going to look like? I thought you meant like as far as
numbers. I'm not gonna lie. Harden was a cone on defense in his prime. He's a cone on defense now. Doesn't change.
That's just him. Like
that's just him.
For Harden to be a lockdown defender, we look for Harden. I think more so we're talking about what's expectations. I'm thinking from this question is points per game and assists per game. If we're talking about points per game, I think he'll probably average a little north of.
Can you get 20?
20. I was gonna say like 23, 24.
Wow.
I think he kind of scores around that. I mean, who else as far as a guard is gonna put up those numbers on that team, Omar?
True. I mean, he's getting kind of old. Like
I agree.
I'll agree that I think he'll get the looks.
Kawhi hasn't even practiced yet. So
I think he'll have
Kawhi's even going to start the season. Who's going to put up the shot?
I think James Harden will have like the opportunities to do it. Do I think he'll put it down? Do I think he'll finish? Do I think he'll do it on a consistent basis?
Probably
not.
I think
we've seen it. Probably not.
But we've seen the bad, but we've all seen the good in the last couple of years as well. Like it's been a mix of in between.
I don't see a way where the Clippers just don't eventually breaking this up before the deadline. I'm sorry.
But the thing about the Clippers, they don't need to break anything up. The thing the Clippers are doing this year is selling tickets to their new arena. That's all they care about. The move Steve Ballmer made.
That was my point.
Yeah,
you're stealing my point.
Okay, but you're going away from that point. Why are they all?
No, don't get me wrong.
Competitive team. But
it also goes into that take.
Every team in the NBA right now is not actively competing to win championships. The Clippers just lost Paul George, but they kind of filled the holes around players that they can just add in. I feel like as filler players until they figure out what in the world's going on. I agree. That's a good point, Max. Man, like I think. Depending on what the Clippers are going to do, depends on what James Harden does as well. Like, hey, I could see a world. Maybe you're right. Like, somebody may bite on a James Harden. I don't think anybody's going to trade for him. I think he probably runs his contract out on the Clippers, but it's not really a lot of moves the Clippers can make right now. Like they had their championship window the last 5+ years. Same window we had to win a championship. They had their chance and they didn't do it.
Since 2019,
they didn't even make it to the finals.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They didn't
make the conference finals.
No.
To the finals.
I don't think they made a conference finals. Or maybe
they probably made a conference finals. I don't know. I'm not going to quote that, but I know for sure they haven't made a finals.
Right.
I don't know.
But
and yeah, look. Okay, I was looking at the numbers, right?
Last
season he put up 16 points a game. 8.5.
He did make the Western Conference Finals in 2020.
Let me say something. Let me say this. This season, James Harden will average 13 and 9.5.
Cap. Bro,
13, 9.5 on 40%
Omar,
shooting.
On that Philly team that you talk so much about him not being there, he averaged 21 and 10 assists a game.
Okay.
Who's to say he doesn't go back to that being the number 1/2 option with Kawhi Leonard? He can't.
I think like 18 and 7 is realistic.
Yeah, it can't be 13. Like that's just disrespectful. Like, come on, bro.
That's Klay Thompson numbers.
What was his shooting percentage last year?
That's insane.
What was his shooting
from where? Like overall?
Field goal, yeah, field goal.
Okay, I have it up. Last year, Harden averaged
42%.
Okay.
The year before was 44%. So
he averaged 16 points per game. He hasn't averaged.
Then I see it being closer to 18.
No, he hasn't averaged. He hasn't averaged less than 16 points a game
since his sophomore year.
Exactly. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I think like 18 and 8 is realistic for him.
13
and 8,
is the most insane number I've ever seen somebody throw out for James Harden. That might be the most disrespected thing I've ever heard.
18 and 9?
No, you said 13 first.
Because you said he averaged 15 last year, right?
No, I said 16.6 last year.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
But
I would have
think
said
he'll go up slightly from last
As
year.
a
Just
third
by
option.
I'm
having
saying
more
I
offensive
thought
players
I
around
would
him.
look, I changed my take. It'll be closer to 18 because I thought he had a lower shooting percentage. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was gonna be lower than 40%.
Don't worry, James Harden. I'll stick up for you, bro.
I mean, okay, I would agree with that.
Look, if he could keep it above 40%,
I'm
I don't see
tripling
why
down.
not.
I'm tripling down. I'm going on 23.5 a game.
Okay, see, that's crazy.
23.5 a game.
23 at 35. Do you know how many players have been able
He's
to
so
do that? That's
confident
like
he's not
Durant
picking a
numbers.
positive number. Good job, bro.
Does it have to be positive?
No, I'm just fucking with you.
3.5, and I say I keep it around 8.5 assists. I don't know who's going to be dishing it to because hopefully Kawhi Leonard will be playing good. I'm hopeful for that, but once again, he hasn't even practiced yet, so that's a little bit concerning.
Yeah.
People aren't talking about. So
Yeah.
I think, I mean, who else is okay? Then my question is this: if he not put up these points, who else on this team is going to do it?
I don't think anyone will. I don't think they're going to be a very good team.
This team, he can volume shoot. James Harden go out there and shoot 18 shots a night if he wants to, and nobody will be mad. Nobody will be mad. Who's he gonna pass it to? I'm not even trying to be funny.
No, I agree. I just don't think the Clippers are going to be very. I think Kawhi's going to get you 22 or 23. Harden's going to get you 18.
Yeah, I agree.
And then that's kind of it.
Yeah.
And they're going to lose a lot of games.
Look, that's why I'm saying, like, this is why I don't see the Clippers holding it together prior to the trade deadline. Now,
But you said
let me explain. Hold on.
They want to sell tickets.
Okay, hold on.
They make move. The team they have right now is going to sell tickets to the new arena.
Let me explain.
They're going to sell tickets.
It can still happen the way that I said it. The way that I said it. The way that I said it was that they're going to hold it together for a little while because Steve Ballmer is a businessman and he wants to sell tickets. He's going to keep it together for at least the first half of the season.
Omar, what move would you make right now to make them a championship contender that they can make a move at the trade deadline?
I don't think they can.
Then why make a move?
I think they should start from scratch. That's what I'm saying.
But
because there's nothing there anymore. There's nothing there.
Half a season of ticket sales doesn't mean anything.
Bro, who wants half a season of Kawhi Leonard?
I agree. That's why I don't think they're going to make moves. You made a good point last episode that they're not going to be able to trade anyone this year. I agree.
Kawhi's contract is going to die in Clippers land. His contract will end as him being a Clipper. Nobody's trading for that contract. I don't know what contending team.
Maybe I'm overanalyzing it, but I just...
Okay, but
I think you analyzed it right the last time when you said they're not going to make any trades because they want to maximize ticket sales.
I think in part that was going to happen, but what I also said there was that eventually this season, I think he's going to blow it up. Because
no, you didn't say this season. You said next year. You said this year because we were predicting their overall records, and you said the Clippers this year are going to keep it together for at least this year, and then maybe in the offseason they'll blow it up, which I agree with. I don't think a deadline trade is going to happen. Maybe it will, but I doubt it. He wants to get those ticket sales that first year. He's not going to throw away half a year of ticket sales.
Why was Steve Ballmer? I agree. Why was Steve Ballmer just completely? Oh, let's rebuild and be trash.
I mean, they
right now on paper, the only person they lost was Paul George. I know that's a big name. I get it. But that's who you lost. You made little small pieces here and there to fill in the holes. So why not go out there, have a season? Nobody starts a fresh rebuild on the first year of opening up $1 billion gym. Like
I don't like the idea either, but it's kind of either that or they're squandered in mediocrity and not really winning.
I think they'll be fine with that for this year, at least.
It's a business. Like that's the difference between like NBA. It's a business. Yes, you want to win. But at the end of the day, too, it's a business, and business guys have to make business moves. Yes, we're not a championship contender. Maybe they still believe they are. I don't know. But to us, they're not really a championship contender right now. Yes, I get that. But
you know what?
We're going to make money. Selling tickets, selling jerseys, selling food in that new arena, all the sponsorships, money. They are going to make money. It doesn't matter, regardless of if they don't make any move for the rest of the year.
I pray for the Clippers fans. That's all I have to say about
They
that.
don't care though, bro. The Clippers fans, bro, they've been hearing this hate for the last 7 years, bro. Clippers fans, you know what they're happy about? They get to pull up to arena that is owned by their own organization, and they get to go in, have fun, and enjoy an environment built for their fan base. That's what Clipper fans can look forward to. They had 5-6 years of hoping for that championship team to work, and they were in it for the most part until injuries, whatever. But now it's time for Ballmer. He didn't become a billionaire for no reason. Like he knows how to manage money. He knows, hey, this year we're gonna kind of coast. Whatever happens, let's say they do make the playoffs and they make a little run. Nothing's impossible. I don't believe that. I know a lot of us don't. Either way, I think he's there to sell tickets. That's what this season's about, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I think they'll ride it out this year and blow it up in the offseason.
Yeah.
All right, I can hop on board with that.
Because it makes no sense to make like a big, we're going to trade Kawhi.
Dude, I get it. And like,
unless some team just really thinks they can win this year. Like, I don't know. Some team is super desperate for a win right now. And they're just going to throw you a midseason bag to get Kawhi.
What are their future picks looking like?
No. Not good.
Oh, they threw that.
Aren't they all owned by the Thunder from that same trade?
That's what I'm saying. You can't.
Then, then hold on. Then why not? Like, I get it. I understand. Like, from a business aspect, I'm going to get that.
You do it in the off season, Omar.
But I also need something to make sure that my future is still secure.
In the off season, Omar. That's what they'll do it. If they make any big move, it'll be next off season, bro.
They're not on an expiring deal.
But I'm saying, and like Max said, unless a team's like, hey, you know what? We really want Kawhi. Kawhi is that piece that we need right at the deadline.
We need him right now. Like we're trying to win this year.
3 picks. We'll do contract swaps. Make sure the money adds up right. We'll do it right now. That's the only way they're taking that. If they're getting overpaid for a deal. If not, Ballmer's not stressing about it, bro. He's a patient man.
They would rather be mediocre for the next 3 years than rebuild.
They've already proved that throughout their entire existence.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying is, like, Ballmer has already done the hot shot move. He made a risky move, threw away all his draft picks. I don't see him tripling down in a James Harden / Kawhi era and like, okay, we're just going to start all the way over again.
Not going to lie, it probably ruined his organization.
I'm just saying.
In hindsight, yeah. I mean, listen, I can't blame him for trying. He swung for the fence and he just missed. And now he's going to have to pay the consequence.
Just look at what OKC has done.
I mean, hindsight's 2020. OKC fleeced them.
Off of their blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. There's just different ecosystems in the NBA. Some teams are in like more of a win. Sometimes you have a player, like you said, you don't have those type of situations often where you have a Kawhi Leonard who just came off of a championship saying, hey, if you go get this guy, I will come to your team and we'll go out there and try to compete. On paper, everybody was praising that as a great move. Oh, they got Kawhi Leonard.
It was a great move. It objectively was. It just didn't work out.
It just didn't work. Like you said, there's been a lot of good teams that just couldn't get to the finish line. Even looking at all those old Lob City Clippers teams, there's no reason they shouldn't have won a championship. It just comes down to this.
Sometimes it's not in the stars.
It's not meant to be. Like, you take a risk, sometimes it doesn't work. You can do all the right things and it doesn't work. Like, that's just life. And I think Ballmer, he's a guy who he's known to take risks. I think right now he's kind of just in that in-between step. Like, hey, we're just going to see what happens. We just lost Paul George. Let's just see what we do this year. I think this year is kind of saying, hey, can we compete without him or not? And then if we can't, everything looks crazy, then he has the right to blow it up if he wants to. But you never blow it completely up on a new arena opening year. Like, it just makes no sense.
That's just my look up James Harden's contract real quick. I want to see how much time he's got on there.
And then as
2 years, $70 million. The deal will keep Harden under contract to 2025, 2026.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah. So I'll be there.
Mm-hmm. All right. I can see a world. Okay, then I could see a world. I thought. I'm not gonna lie. I was under assumption that James Harden was on a 1 year.
No,
it was probably it's last season. It's contract or something. But
yeah.
All right. Do we want to do award predictions before we wrap this show up?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
We're going to go through the 5. We'll do the 5 major awards. Most improved, rookie of the year, 6-man, Depoy, and most Did I say most improved twice? MVP.
You did.
MVP, Rookie of the Year, Most Improved, Depoy, and Sixth Man.
All right.
And then if we're feeling frisky, we might do a Finals MVP as well. But at the very least, those 5. Okay. So who wants to start us off with the MVP of the league?
I mean, sure. My MVP of the league coming up this year, I'm going Trae Young. Obviously, not a big choice of name, but I feel like MVP, it can be pretty much anybody. So I think Trae Young, he's going to have a good year on the Hawks.
You did not to say Trae Young for MVP. You did not to say Trae Young.
I did. I think he's going to average anywhere north of.
You know that means the Hawks have to finish basically top 3 in the East.
We'll see what happens. There's always different cases.
Dude, did you lose a bet to Daniel?
No, I just believe. Bro, Omar, you know how many outlandish takes you've had?
This is Earl. Right up there, Earl. This is right there.
Earl.
It's really not.
This is as outlandish as almost any Omar take.
It's really not. I think Trae Young.
Dude, Zach Ricochet is not going to do all that in his first year.
I didn't say he was. I didn't say Zach Ricochet was going to be the MVP. I said Trae Young.
For Trae Young to be the MVP, the Hawks have to be basically a top 3 team, unless he's putting up MVP Westbrook stats.
I think he'll put up MVP stats.
You think he's going to average a triple-double? Or 40 points?
I don't think there's even
I didn't say he was going to average a triple-double. All I'm saying is,
you think he's going to average to get MVP on the Hawks?
I think he realized
he'll average around 29 a game. I think he'll put up around 11 plus assists a game. And what's his career rebounds been? His career rebounds been around 2. I say about 3 or 4.
Yeah, is he going to win?
That's not winning you MVP. In a league with Luka, Luka's going to average 35, 8, and 8, maybe 10 and 10.
What happens? Well, then I'll bump up assists then.
12 and 8.
Every year. I think it just depends on Hawks' success, but I'm going to stick with my answer. I don't care. I'll just say what I say. Everybody has an opinion. I'm going to give mine just like y'all are going to give y'all's. So I'm sticking with Trae Young. Nobody.
But we're going to keep it realistic.
Doesn't matter. What does realistic actually mean, Omar?
The top 5.
You thought the Knicks were going to win a championship last year. Was that?
No, I didn't.
That was more realistic.
No, it wasn't.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
You can go back and look at the clips.
I didn't think the Knicks were going to win a chip. Relax. I didn't think that. I never thought that.
I'll go back and put the episodes in the comment where y'all can go back.
You got it. Okay. You got it. Because I always said
I will bet you that Trae Young is not even top 5 in MVP voting. Not even top 5.
Well, if that's my kid, I think he's going to be MVP, so whatever.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even think it's going to be close. I don't even think.
I think he'll be in there.
Is he even going to be in the top? Is he even going to be in the MVP rate? I don't even think he's going to be.
I think he'll be in there for sure.
Coaches have to vote for him, so I don't think that's going to happen.
Doesn't matter, man. It's a new year, new season. Everybody has a chance to improve on their game. Every year,
stand on business, Earl. Stand on your Trae Young.
Better. I think last year he played 54 games. Obviously, he had an injury season.
Oh, that's true. He didn't make the games requirement.
No, I mean, but every other year he has.
Okay,
that was his most unhealthy year. But other than that, every year he's been in the league, he's increased his assists per game every year. So I think this year he'll be even better. Offensively, I think he's going to be a lot better as well, going back to his natural position at the 1. And it's going to be a good season for the Hawks. I truly believe that. So we'll see what happens. I'll take my take, and I'll chill with it. Hands down, I'm sticking with it. No doubt in my mind.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. You know, I'm going to say for MVP.
Who?
I'm going to go Colin Sexton.
Okay.
I think Colin.
Yo, I'm about to like break a glass or something. Like,
I'm just saying,
what the fuck? Am I having a stroke?
I'm saying, like boring answers. Luka, Shea, Giannis. Like we've been hearing them same answers. Why not try to go for a different name? Like I get it.
I don't think
whatever.
It's gonna happen.
I'm just saying we don't know what's gonna happen. Nobody knows. The season nobody knows what's going to happen. That's why it's called a prediction.
You know who's not going to win MVP this season? Nikola Jokic. That's one person, I'll promise, that's not going to win MVP this season.
I do agree. I don't think the voters will give him a 4th MVP. I think
you shouldn't
voter fatigue is real. Even if he is the best player, I don't think they'll give it to him. There's no way they'll give it for it. Voter fatigue.
You got it, bro. You're done. Your era, respectfully, your era is over. You got your 1 chip and your 3 MVPs. You're not winning another chip.
I think I'll go. I mean, yeah, it's the boring answer, but like it's MVP. Like I think it's gonna be Luka. I think Luka gets it.
Has been the
Luka or
guess
Shea,
for
I'll go Luka.
3-4 years.
What?
I said that's been like the guess for everybody for like Luka MVP favorite for like 3-4 seasons.
Yeah,
and it's like
that's Trae Young
true.
Huh?
He's come closer than Trae Young has.
Hey man, we'll see. I'm just saying we'll see.
You can say LeBron, and I believe LeBron over Trae Young.
I mean, yeah. Still, I'm gonna stick with Trae.
All right, I'll go Luka.
All right. Now I know what you guys think I'm gonna say. I know you guys think I'm gonna say Jalen Brunson.
No, I genuinely don't think you will. I did not think you were gonna say that.
I'm not gonna say Jay.
I think you're gonna say Shea.
Shea? That's a good take, but I don't think so. Okay. Let me give you guys the reason why I'm not going to pick Jalen Brunson, though, because as you guys know, Jalen Brunson is my favorite player in the NBA. He's one of the best he is the best point guard in the NBA and everything like that. But let me tell you guys.
Well, my take is bad. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But he's not. But
top three. Top three. Fine.
Top three. All right.
Top three.
I'll give you top three.
Shea, Luka, Jalen. All right.
All right. Can we live with that? I still have Curry ahead, but I respect that. It's not
all right. Fine. Whatever.
As long as he's not. As long as yeah.
High five.
Not doing it.
But who do you think?
Yeah, go ahead.
But let me say this. The reason why I don't think Jalen's going to win it this year is because I do think his points per game are going to take a small hit. And I think his production is going to be upped. I think he's going to be passing a lot more, and I think he's going to hit a double-double per game with assists next year. I don't think it'll get him. I don't think it'll get him like an MVP or anything. I think he's going to average around 22 and 10. It's going to be very, very minimal, but it's also going to be because he has Cat and he has Mikal Bridges, who
are your MVP
who are both sharpshooters. But my MVP. All right, yeah, I think I'm gonna go Giannis. I think he's got a lot to. I think he's got a lot to prove coming into this season.
I like that. I think Giannis is the best player in the world. Still.
I think
he's my vote for best player in the world. I don't think he'll get MVP, but I think he'll be best player because the Bucks aren't going to be that good. But I think he will. I think he is the best player in the world.
I think the Bucks are going to surprise everybody because let's be honest, everybody is sleeping on the Bucks. Everybody. They got beat by Indiana last year real bad. So nobody really thinks they can hold with the younger teams anymore. But that's going to prove them wrong very, very much so. Giannis is going to come back with a fucking vendetta, and he's going to come back running and dunking like James Harden used to say.
I think they're top 3 in the East, bro. I'm just saying.
I don't think so.
I agree with Omar.
I do agree because it's like the narrative is like Milwaukee is like the Sixers got better, the Knicks got better, and the Celtics is still the Celtics.
Yeah.
I do agree that people are sleeping on Milwaukee a little bit.
Like I just know it. How Giannis gets. Like Giannis does not really want to talk in the media, but he listens to the media, and you see his gameplay on the court. Like he takes into account like key matchups. Like, okay, this team is supposed to be better than me on paper.
Yeah, he shows up.
He shows up, and that's all I gotta say about that. But what's the next award?
All right, let's do D-Point next. D-Point award. We got speed run.
After fucking Wembanyama, and I don't think anybody else is gonna disagree with me.
Anthony Davis. I'm always gonna say AD because he always.
All right. Fair enough. I'll go Wemby.
AD.
It's his time.
Explain why you think AD.
I don't hate. I mean, listen, he's a Lakers fan.
I don't hate the pick. Don't get me wrong. I want to go in depth a bit.
Anthony Davis. He's a great defender. I think he gets a lot of hate because he plays with LeBron James the last couple of years when he had a chance to win these defensive players of the years. He is the anchor of that team defensively. If there's no AD, we're not winning games. Like he contributes so much on defense for us, steals, blocks, even rebounds, which obviously is different category.
But I think it factors. Defensive rebounds, I think, factor in.
But yeah, AD is my vote for sure.
All right, I don't hate that.
Not bad.
All right, Rookie of the Year. Kind of touched on this in the last 2-minute takes, but I've got Reed Shepherd. I'm not super confident. He's played the best so far.
Zachary Ricochet.
Favorite.
I got Zach Edey.
And you had who, Earl? Ricochet?
Yeah, Ricochet. For sure.
Yeah, we won't go too much into the Rookie of the Year. If you want to check that out, go listen to our last 2-minute takes. We talked more about the rookie class in depth. So go check that video out if you want our more full in-depth descriptions of the rookies. Sixth man of the year. Who do y'all got for that? That's an interesting one.
This is going to be interesting because
I really don't know.
I think a couple of people that were in the race last year are not going to be in the race this year.
Mm-hmm.
I.e. Malcolm Brogdon. I don't think he's going to be in the race this year at all.
Where even is he? Is he
Washington?
Washington.
He's right.
Hurt.
Gosh.
He had surgery or something like that. So
yeah, I don't
get the pickup with Washington and so many guards. I don't see a reason why they even needed Malcolm Brogdon.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like why? They're just wasting him at this point. Like that's so stupid. But I don't have a pick for that. Somebody else. I don't got a pick for that.
Sixth man of the year. I think I'll go. Honestly, I'll probably just go easy, man. I think I'm thinking Bobby Portis, bro.
That was my pick.
I'm sorry. Well, we can be twins on this one. I just think Bobby Portis, he's 100% bought into the six-man role. Like, he knows he's coming off the bench. And when he comes on the bench, he sees himself as the scoring option. Anytime he touches that ball, he's hunting for a shot. And I think that's what makes him so special for that Bucks team. So I'm going Bobby Portis. I'm sorry, Max, to take your answer. But I think Bobby Portis is, I don't want to say a lock, but he's pretty close. Pretty close.
I do like the Bobby Portis take. Shout out to Bobby Portis, ex-Nick. But this is going to be a little biased here, actually. I'm not going to lie. But and it's because that he's going to be starting, and then he's going to be coming off the bench in a little while. Sorry, something fell. I have to pick it up.
You're going to say Josh Hart.
Yeah, I am going to say Josh Hart. I think it's Josh Hart. I think he's going to grab just as many rebounds as last year, just as a bench role. I think when Mitchell Robinson comes back, it's going to kind of like it's going to force him to stay on the bench, which is also good because
but you need 65 games on the bench, I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, you need 65 games on the bench.
Or something like that. I don't know. Remember, it's like you need a certain amount of games playing off the bench.
I think it's like minutes. I remember Dante missed something by like 11
crazy
minutes.
Rule with that, where it's like if you're not benched all the time, basically, there's like very little leeway. And if he's starting at least the first 2 months, I don't think he'll even qualify if he came off the bench the rest of the year.
Josh Hart is a really good option, though. I think
if he does play enough last year,
if he comes off the bench, yeah, but I mean he is starter, bro.
I mean, yeah, for now, unfortunately. I mean, look, I'm not thrilled about Josh Hart starting right now. I mean, do I like it? Sure, but I'm not thrilled about it because I feel like there's better options. But Tom Thibodeau trusts him, and like if he can give if he could give Thibodeau 45 minutes, Thibodeau's gonna use that to his advantage.
All right, for mine, I'll also show a little Nick Spicer, but I'll go with his former NBA teammate, former college teammate. I think Dante DiVincenzo gets it this year. I don't think he's going to start for most of the year. I think it's going to be maybe in the playoffs. If Conley's starting to break down and he's not who he was, maybe they slide him into the starting lineup. But I think that starting lineup is pretty well set at Conley, Ant-Man, Jaden McDaniels, Randall, and Rudy Gobert. But I think DiVincenzo.
Okay, but like how crazy is it?
He's going to close games for that team.
Yeah.
I think he almost got it last year for the Knicks. I think he's going to qualify this, and I think he's going to win it. I think.
Okay, but how crazy is a point guard Anthony Edwards?
I don't
and
think
a shooting guard Dante DiVincenzo.
I don't see it.
You don't see it?
He's a shooting guard. He's not a playmaker like that. I mean, DiVincenzo's not really that great of a playmaker, but he's played point guard before. He's more.
I mean, he's good enough. It's not like
close a game. You can run DiVincenzo a point guard.
How about to close a game? You could do Anthony Edwards at the 1, Dante DiVincenzo at the 2, Jaden McDaniels 3, Julius 4, and then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they will do that to close games. So I think he's going to basically get starters minutes, but just come off the bench. I think Conley is going to hold down the traditional point guard role for most of the game and for most of the regular season. So
I don't know. I think we're going to see
DiVincenzo's my favorite sixth man this year. Him or Naz Reid. Naz Reid could win it again. Naz Reid could very well go back to back. I think it's going to be one of those two.
Dang.
What's the next award, Maxo?
Last award we're going to do here is Most Improved Player. Who is going to improve the most? Who's taking that step up?
I'll let somebody else go first.
Most improved player.
I got a couple boring answers that I've talked about on the show before. I think Emmanuel Quickley is going to have a great year. I think Trey Murphy, Herb Jones. Well, I've talked ad nauseum about those guys.
Do we think it's going to be at the level of like a most improved player though?
Yeah, I think I think all those guys will have very good seasons, and all those guys are due to step up their roles. If I'm going to get a genuine most improved player, I'll go a little crazy. I'll go a little wacky, a little fun with this one. I'll say Evan Mobley.
That's not a bad take.
Evan Mobley has a really, really good year and establishes himself as like a 1-2 punch with Donovan Mitchell. I think he could maybe even have an all-star year. I think if Evan Mobley can develop any sort of jump shot and get more reliable and consistent as an inside rim protector, I think there's potential. Maybe Cleveland trades Jared Allen and they move him to center. I think that would be the best thing for his career, is to be able to play the actual center job. So there's not as much reliance on playing on the perimeter. He doesn't have to space as much. So any shooting he can bring you is a plus. He's more of an inside guy. He can build up his body. I think that would be really good for him. So I'll say Evan Mobley, like a 20-10 potential all-star season. I mean, now that Randall's out of the Eastern Conference, who are the bigs that are going to get voted into the all-star game other than like Embiid and Giannis?
I feel like
Powell, probably.
That's a good take. I mean, last year he averaged 15 and 9, so definitely
if he goes up to like 21 and 11, 20 and 10 with a couple assists, a couple blocks, I can see it.
Since we have some bias, I'm gonna switch over to some bias too. I'm gonna say Max Christie. I think he's gonna have a good year. He's been first off our bench. He's looked good on defense. His flow is looking a lot better. So from a guy going from like 4 points a game, I can see him kind of bumping up to maybe around like 12-ish, maybe like around 5 or 6 boards again, because he's a really good rebounder as well. I think maybe there is a case for him to potentially get that reward. So that's my little vote for most improved player, but we'll see.
I think I have to go with somebody that is on the Clippers right now, actually. I think is kind of actually the replacement for Paul George. But I think Derek Jones Jr. is going to have a great year at the small forward position.
A fun one.
Yeah, Earl, I see you laughing. You could turn around, man. It's all good. We can see it.
I don't understand.
To be real, I like it more than Max Christie.
I mean,
but Derrick Jones
I like the Max Christie pick. I honestly do. I think he's a lot better than people portray.
True.
I think he'll be in that race. Like,
but I like Derrick Jones. I like that. It's a fun pick.
Derrick Jones is a good pick because there's going to be a lot of distribution of that ball and trying to find a third option on that squad to be able to pass to in the cut. Because, like, yes, you have Kawhi that you can pass to in the cut. There's going to be a couple other people to do that. I don't see why Derrick Jones can't go up for 3 or 4 lobs a game. Didn't mean that. Like 1 to 2 lobs a game, and James Harden finding him almost every possession.
Yeah,
like why not? Why can't most of the recipients of those high passes from Harden result in a Derrick Jones dunk? Why not?
So what do you think his bump should be?
I'm sorry?
What do you think his increase should be? Because I'm looking at his numbers around 8.6 points, around like 4 rebounds a game. So what do you think he has? Like, what type of jump do you think he has to take to get there too?
Well, for sure, 8 rebounds a game.
Okay.
For sure, 8 rebounds a game. He's going to need at least that if he's going to be a small forward.
Yeah.
12 to 15 points per game, I feel like would be pretty optimal.
I see like 14 and 7.
14 and 7 is not bad, but I'm gonna also need some assists in there. What does his assist numbers look like?
1.
Okay, he's not getting much.
It'll only go up.
What's his field goal percentage?
34.
Okay, that's gonna have to come up.
I lied. It's 48 overall.
It's
34 from 3 probably.
34 from 3.
Okay, that's gonna have to come up. That's gonna have to go up to at least 40%.
I just feel like he has to, in order for this to work, he has to be able to create his own shots a little bit easier.
Well, I mean, if he emerges as like a really good on-ball defender and is like in the conversation for a defensive team, like second team all defense, if you couple that with like 15 and 8 with an all defensive player, maybe it's
gotta
enough.
get that 15. But yeah, that's a solid. I mean, I think
you were ready to shit on it.
No, I'm just saying. I think the opportunity could be there, but I don't know if I can see it yet. Like I have to see.
It would take a lot to go right, but I like the pick. It's a fun one.
I like the creativity. Yeah.
In essence, that's like.
But I think you're just saying
3 or 4 shots more per game. Think about it like that.
Well, probably 6 or 7 more shots, 3 or 4 more made shots.
Yes. Precisely.
Yeah,
But that's still
I don't know, bro. I don't know. We'll see.
Nothing beats Trae Young for MVP.
Nothing beats that.
Stand up. Like you said, Earl, you got your opinion. You're sticking to it. That's what this show's all about. So if y'all did enjoy this edition of BTB, next week, I believe we'll be dropping the episode on tip-off night. I believe, right? If we record same day next week. NBA does tip-off in 1 week. So get hyped for that. We'll drop our tip-off edition episode. That'll be a fun one. So if you guys are excited for that, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss that coming out. Follow us on Spotify. Of course, the podcast will be up there. TikToks, YouTube Shorts, all that good stuff. We appreciate you guys. NBA season is 1 week away. Get hyped. Get excited. We're going to be there all season long covering it with you guys. So
let's go, baby.
I'm Max. Omar's over there. Earl's over there. Maybe not. I don't know. They're over there. I'm Max. Omar and Earl. Adios. Have a good day, y'all.
Peace out.